I think a lot of people believe that they have a system to which they run their business, but in fact, it is not. Or if it is, it's a broken system.
All right, let's get real. MLM's an awesome opportunity to grow an asset, but what's with all these old school tactics still being taught? If you're like me, you want modern methods to scale and automate your business. Let's put the marketing back into network marketing and stop using hope as a business strategy. Welcome to Not Your Mom's MLM Radio.
Yo, what's up? I'm so glad you're back. Jen here with another episode of Not Your Mom's MLM Radio. So today, I just wanted to, off the cuff, just talk to you about the word system, the word systems, because it's like almost becoming as common of a word as home party or three-way call. Every so often in the network marketing, online, internet marketing space, we hear these words and then they start to get, just like everything, just like our processes, just like the techniques, things get a little old. And this word's not there yet, but I'm noticing that it's getting thrown around, flung around, and without real meaning or purpose or intent. I think a lot of people believe that they have a system to which they run their business, but in fact, it is not. Or if it is, it's a broken system. So what I want to talk to you about is that word, and do you actually have a system in your business? So, if I'm being completely honest and transparent, what's the word I'm trying to say? That's a word that my ears perk, my eyes get wide. That's a good word. Now, if you've never read the book, The Business of the 21st Century by Robert Kiyosaki, highly suggest you read that. He's going to talk a lot about systems and all that kind of good stuff in that book. It's an incredible book. Highly, highly recommend. And in that book, he talks about the business of the 21st century and how network marketing, just the vehicle that it is and the systems of success and the wealth that it creates, just how important it actually is to have a system. Now, let's go back a little bit, dial back. The system in most network marketing businesses, or lack thereof, I should say, is, you prospect your face off, you get rejected left and right. Maybe 1 out of every 20 people answer you back, or maybe you're open to hearing, what you got to say or what your offer is. People in traditional network marketing businesses don't even use the word offer. They don't even know when I say that, they don't know what that means. But let's just say the product or the opportunity, right? So they get somebody, finally someone's biting, then let me send you this thing and this thing and this thing, PDF, video, presentation, whatever it is. And then I'm going to follow up with you. And then the close, right? And that's the system. So when I've said in so many episodes in the past that the business is broken out of the box, what I've said in the past about that is that's because everybody comes in with the same product and the same opportunity, so there's no differentiator. But the other reason why it's broken, amongst many, right? There's no real marketing that's being taught here and there, but also there's no real system in any business in the world. I want you to think about McDonald's for a second, okay? And listen, I'm in a health and wellness network marketing business, so I shouldn't use that as an example, but it's fair to say, and it is a fact, that it is the best run franchise in the world for good reason. They have an impenetrable system, an unshakable system, a system that works all around the clock, literally 24/7, flawless. They've figured it out. They have nailed it. And that's why it's so successful, okay? There's no kinks in the chain. There's no fluctuating or, like leaving the plan. The plan is set. It's in place. Nobody goes and changes things up. It's a set in stone thing. And it's been proven to work, so that's why they never change it. Well, I'm gonna challenge you to really seriously ask yourself, do I actually have a system for my business? Because if it was the first thing I mentioned, prospect and talk to somebody and send them all the stuff and then follow up, you realize how much energy you're expending that way? Okay. And again, I ruffle a lot of feathers. That's just what I do. But, and you don't have to like me, but I'm just speaking my truth. But I'm not saying that that's not going to work if that's your system. I'm just saying that is so not an efficient use of your time. Can we agree to that? I think it's safe to say that. So what do I offer, or what do I suggest? Or, if that's your system, I just want you to be a real marketer, be a real business owner. Take note of how much time you're spending on what activity. See what you can outsource. Like this is like, I want you to seriously put your CEO hat on for a second and think, is this actually, like, do I feel good about how I'm running my business, about how my business operates? Okay, because if you're like, if you feel like, God, it just like, it doesn't feel that good, I'm not getting dramatic, amazing results, I am following suit, I'm doing what I was told, but I really feel like, a slimy salesperson, or I really feel like I'm hunting people, or I'm a telemarketer, I'm going to tell you, like, you shouldn't be feeling those things, and you should be getting results. And if you are not, these are the metrics to study. A good marketer and a good business owner is going to study what works, what can I improve? Like, it's not just always about, it is about the numbers. Like, check, your sales. Are you growing? Are you growing at a 20% incline? Because that's what you should be doing. That's what your goal should be. You don't need to go 0 to 60 straight up. Honestly, in fact, if you do that, then yikes, that's a little scary. It's hard to sustain that. You're not going to sustain that. And usually the people that it happens to, they can crash and burn unless they have a proven success system. Okay? So I like to look at myself, my business, and the people that I help, think of like a bow and arrow or a slingshot. You got to pull back. So maybe it looks like for a while you're going backwards, right? But what I'm teaching is publishing content as much as frequently as you can, so that you grow, and there's an awareness around your brand. People are starting to find out about you. They hear you right now on this podcast. You are listening to this podcast because you've found it somehow, and you've been plugging in because you want to hear what I got to say next. So, and then what ends up happening is, people get in your email list, people apply to join your business, to join your team. And so sometimes it's not going to be a direct straight shot up, but it is going to be, go back a little bit, evaluate what's wrong, start to do, and then you're going to slingshot forward. So, okay, go back for a second. I'm jumping around a little bit. So, your system. If that's your system, and you know what, I'm going to tell you an example. I was talking to a friend of mine. She's in the industry just the other day, and we had a great conversation. And I respect, talking to network marketers of all different experience levels. It's really, it makes me feel good. It makes me, fuels me with more of my purpose. And it just constantly re-emphasizes what my mission here is and why I'm so passionate about teaching it this way. And so what she was saying to me about her system was similar to what I just said, is that, you prospects daily. She feels good about the fact that she's automating more, meaning, and when I asked her what that meant, she said, well, meaning I'm not physically going anywhere. I'm not wasting my time driving anywhere. I'm not doing any of those meetings anymore, thank goodness. But I challenged her a little bit, and I said, well, it still doesn't sound like anything's really automating. Your process is still one-on-one, one-off time, you and that person. And because her process was, she prospects, she sends a video, but they have to watch it together. Okay, so she is watching the video at the exact same time as this prospect is. I didn't ask how long the video was. On average, they're usually like 8 to 15 minutes, around there. Could be some are longer. I've seen business presentations that are 45 minutes. Oy. So she's watching it with them real time, and then they're getting on a call, and then answering questions and trying to close. And, the problem with that is, do you know how many people you got to go through? You got to do one-on-one. First of all, it's problematic enough to prospect some stranger and then have them say yes at all. They don't know you from Adam. They don't know. It's so hard. It's so hard to build a relationship with a cold prospect from a direct message, like right out without spending months building rapport. And then at the end, what happens, right? You feel like a sleazeball. You feel like when you do ask them, you're like, ugh, even though we were friends, they're going to go, was this what you were friends with me for the whole time? Right? Like that never made me feel good ever. So you may do that, or you may go for the direct approach. Either way, it's one-off time. It's one-on-one. Okay, so that is a system. In my opinion, it's a flawed system for the reasons I just said. And the thing I want to drive home, and I'm going to do a whole nother episode about this, but when I say automation, I'm not saying automate the relationship. Not at all. And this is where your upline or haters are going to say, automation, that's what's ruining the industry, or that does not work. That's not true. And they're thinking that because they think this is a relationship business. If you're automating everything, then you're definitely you're going to not have any relationships with your team. And so therefore you're going to fail. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what this is. This is automating the system and the process so that you only or ever are talking to people that want to talk to you, that really want to buy from you, join you, etc. Make sense? So the system that I, share, that I teach in my courses, that I give to my downline, my team, it's fairly simple, okay? It's publish, okay? And there's some little insider tips and tricks and whatnot, but you're publishing your content, you're collecting, you're growing your assets, aka your list, usually in the form of an email list. You are dripping that content, that value that you're providing your audience with on a frequent and consistent basis. You're sharing your message, you're sharing your heart, you're sharing your story, and you're not prospecting. Traditional prospecting is dead, okay? It's just dead. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. It is dead, okay? Too many people have caught on, you guys. That's just it. 5 years ago, this was not the case, but today it is. So again, checking the metrics, measuring the things you can measure, growing and moving with the times. If you're someone who's just spending all day long on the phone, in your Messenger, Facebook inbox, or joining Facebook groups to try and friend like-minded people, do you know how much time and effort and energy you're putting into the wrong things? Okay, that's just a fact. So check your system. What is your system? If you feel like you don't have one or you're lost, comment on, if you're watching this on YouTube or if you're listening to the podcast, comment and let me know I want to hear from you. What are your holdups? What's your confusion? Do you feel like you have a system? Do you feel like you have a good system? If you feel like you have a good system, I want to challenge you on that because I want to know why you think it's good. Okay? I'm asking my own personal business, my own practices and processes. I'm always asking that question. Why? I know that marketing changes day to day. I know that business in the online space is an ever-changing, evolving thing. So you have to grow with the times or you're going to get left behind. And if you have a broken system or a process that is sucking the life out of you, where you are the whole system, stop. Reevaluate. If you can't, and if you're in a business where you can't change the system or the rules or regulations or policies, if you're not able to leverage the internet, you're in the wrong MLM. That's a bold statement, but there, I said it. That's not it's going to hold you back. It's going to be so hard for you to get the success that you want. So, yeah, I said that. And, keep in mind, again, back to my conversation with my friend, I always go back to, and here, I'll drop another book for you, the Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Robert Kiyosaki's, well, that one's amazing too, but the cash flow quadrant, okay? If your system involves you doing all of the work, then you are on the left side of the quadrant. So in network marketing, you're supposed to be on the right-hand side in big business, okay? This is the way the quadrant goes. It's employee, small business, big business, investor. I want to get you guys on the right side, right? The leveraged side. You're talking about leveraged income. True passive income is little involvement of you. That's why it's not active income. Active income is you're working for the dollar, right? The right side, leveraged income, is your money is working for you. So how do we go from, take this incredible vehicle and go from that left side to the right side? Well, I got to tell you, automation is a huge part of that, because if you are the system, then I'm sorry to say this, but you just have a glorified job. You don't actually have a big business. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I hope that, like, if it pissed you off, good. I want you to get pissed off. You should get pissed off. This is your business. This is your baby. This is your lifeblood. This is the vehicle to make your dreams come true. So why aren't you taking it more seriously and making sure you're fine-tuning the process so that you are not literally 24/7 pouring your blood, sweat, and tears into this thing and seeing little to no results. That's exhausting, that's draining, that's a quick recipe for failure, quitting, disaster. You get the picture. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please rate, review, subscribe, leave feedback. I watch and read every single one of your comments. They mean a lot to me. And it also helps the show get found so that we can help even more people. If you haven't done so already, go to notyourmomsmlm.com and grab the free book that is going to really shed a lot of light on automation and how to build a business with sales funnels online. It changed everything for me. It's probably the reason for the beginning of this podcast to even have been born and created. So grab it. I'm also going to give you 5 freebies. So I just want to help you as much as I can. Let me know what you thought of this episode, and I'll see you on the next one.
Hey, thanks for listening. Please remember to subscribe and leave feedback. Would you like a copy of the book that changed everything in my network marketing business? If so, you can grab a free copy of Network Marketing Secrets at notyourmomsmlm.com/book.